After allegations that he was hiding from the Enforcement Directorate in Delhi, the Jharkhand Chief Minister Hemant Soren lands in Ranchi, holds a key meeting at his residence. Will his wife take over if he's arrested? Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress furious as the BJP wins the Chandigarh mayor elections after 8 votes are invalidated. Kejriwal says the BJP behaving like Trump approached the High Court over alleged foul play. Rahul Gandhi finally breaks his silence on Nitish Kumar's return to the BJP, says it only takes a little pressure for the Bihar Chief Minister to take a U-turn. Jokes Nitish forgot his shawl and went back to the governor's house, who said, "You're back so soon." Another unilateral announcement by Akhilesh Yadav. The Samajwadi Party releases a list of 16 candidates for the Lok Sabha elections amid seat-sharing talks with the Congress party. The Congress ducks from giving a reaction. In Karnataka, BJP versus the Congress after Hanuman flag is removed and a panchayat official is suspended. The BJP says the state government is in the wrong. The Congress hits back, says the BJP is creating trouble. And a Pakistani court sentences former Prime Minister Imran Khan and his former minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi to 10 years in prison for leaking state secrets, a massive blow to his party PTI ahead of election. All right, before we get to all those big stories, news now from Patna, where former Bihar Deputy Chief Minister Tejas Yadav has just emerged from being questioned by the Enforcement Directorate today. He went in at around 11:30 this morning, and he's now finally emerged after over 7 hours of questioning, nearly 8 hours of questioning. This was in the money laundering case linked to the alleged Land for Jobs scam. So Tejaswi Yadav there walking out of the Enforcement Directorate office there in Patna. Let's go across to Manish for more on this story. Manish, this is, he was questioned today, a day after his father, RJD Chief Lalu Prasad Yadav, too, was questioned.
Yes, of course, Gargi. A day after Lalu Yadav was interrogated in this case, today Tejaswi Yadav was also examined by Enforcement Directorate over 8 hours, and now the ED is saying that today they have completed he's replied to almost all the questions. Of course, they are not very satisfied with some answers, but they are not ruling out calling them once again in next few days or few weeks. Of course, Tejaswi Yadav this time, after ducking 3 summons, this time he appeared, and this was for the first time they appeared before the agency in Patna. Till now they've been they used to be called to the ED headquarters in Delhi, and in the past they always appeared before them. But in the recent past, Tejaswi also avoided some summons, and today's his appearance before the ED is somewhere also to give the impression that he doesn't want to invite any kind of legal action in the future. Karki?
That's right. And earlier, his sister Misa Bharti, who's also, one of those named in this case, said that this is all happening ahead of elections, and she compared what's happening in Jharkhand regarding Hemant Soren, and she says the same thing is happening here in Bihar.
Yes, of course. In fact, the entire RJD, rank and file, they are alleging that in this case, this Land for Jobs scam case was reopened only after they joined hands with Nitish Kumar in August 2022, even though this case was instituted in 2017, but in the almost for over 5 years, nothing happened in this matter. But once they joined hands, after that, the ED really went in top gear, and they not only they started investigation, but they also lost some related case. And in this particular case, Tejaswi and Lalu are not accused, but Misa Bharti, Rabri Devi, and one more sister, Hema Yadav, is named as an accused. Kargi?
All right. Thanks so much, Manish, for joining us with the latest there. So there you can see former Deputy Chief Minister of Bihar, Tejaswi Yadav, has emerged after 8 hours of questioning by the Enforcement Directorate. Now, news from Jharkhand, where Chief Minister Hemant Soren was earlier declared missing by the BJP after the Enforcement Directorate officials failed to locate him for over 24 hours. Well, earlier today, he surfaced in Ranchi, where he held meetings with his MLAs and alliance partners. He even addressed the media. Currently, a meeting underway at his residence there. Hectic political activity as the Chief Minister could be arrested in the money laundering case being investigated by the Enforcement Directorate. ED officials had reached his Delhi address yesterday to question him but couldn't locate him, and the agency says they seized 36 lakh in cash and a BMW car. So a lot of speculation that perhaps his wife could actually be appointed as Chief Minister should he be arrested. Let's go across to Saurabh, who's keeping track of all these developments. Saurabh, that meeting has been going on for a while. What do we know so far?
Well, obviously after the ED action in Delhi, there is a certain amount of uncertainty in Jharkhand politics, and that is because Hemant Soren does face the possibility of being arrested if the agency has enough material to arrest him, and that could lead to some sort of trouble and uncertainty in Jharkhand politics. We are at the residence of Hemant Soren, the official residence of the Chief Minister, and several cars have been driving in all evening as the Chief Minister of Jharkhand goes into a huddle with his ministers and MLAs. And while officially they say this is a pre-planned meeting on, agenda, etc., pre-decided, the fact is that it is possible that there could be discussions on a plan B. What if Hemant Soren is arrested? Now, obviously there's no certainty. No one can say with certainty whether he will be or not, but there is a possibility. And in case that possibility does become reality, then the parties here will need something to go by. They will need to have a plan B, which is why you see there is a lot of political activity in this late evening. Not only now, there was a meeting earlier in the day as well, where all the MLAs went into a huddle. After that, they came out and they said no such thing has been discussed when asked about Kalpana Soren, Hemant Soren's wife, being a possible alternative if just in case Hemant Soren gets arrested by the ED. But no word really now at this point. You can see all the ministers' cars all inside here, and several ministers have been coming in for that meeting that started a while ago at 7 p.m. and some ministers of course drove in later, but all the top ministers, all the MLAs of the ruling alliance have come here. In fact, we are told some others who were in Delhi are also returning. And remember, there are options, there are alternatives that can be put in place, but if it's not Kalpana Soren, then they will have to look at someone who's already a member of the Legislative Assembly.
All right, Saurabh, thanks so much for joining us with that. So that meeting still taking place at Hemant Soren's residence. Let's take a look now at this report on all the developments through the day.
Jharkhand Chief Minister Hemant Soren making public appearances multiple times in the day. This comes 24 hours after Enforcement Directorate sleuths swooped down on addresses in Delhi linked to him, looking to question him in the money laundering case linked to a Jharkhand land scam. Hemant Soren chaired a meeting with MLAs of the ruling alliance at the Chief Minister's residence in Ranchi. Interestingly, his wife Kalpana Soren was also present, fueling further speculation of her taking the Chief Minister's post in case Soren is arrested. But amid all the optics, Soren himself kept his statements cryptic at best. The Enforcement Directorate has already questioned the Jharkhand Chief Minister earlier this month, the first time they got to do so after Soren skipped 8 summons. In the searches it conducted on Monday, the agency sources claimed they had seized 36 lakhs in cash and 2 luxury cars. The JMM meanwhile said that their party leader is not afraid of anyone.
मैं तो बहुत साफ शब्दों में कह देना चाहता हूं कि हेमंत सोरेन न तो हिम्मत विश्व शर्मा है, न तो अजीत पवार है और न ही नीतीश कुमार है। वो वीर शिबू सोरेन का बेटा Hemant Soren.
Earlier in the day, the Jharkhand governor also stepped into the conversation about Hemant Soren's whereabouts as the BJP attacked the chief minister.
We are also waiting for the CM's response. Nobody is above the law. I am repeatedly telling it. We have to work within the constitution. We all are law-abiding citizens.
अरे जिस राज्य के मुख्यमंत्री पुलिस से डरता हो, सीबीआई से डरता हो, ईडी से डरता हो, अफसर से डरता हो, तो अफसरों से काम वो कैसे करा सकते हैं? तो ऐसे डरपोक अगर कोई मुख्यमंत्री सत्ता में बैठे रहेंगे तब तो इस राज्य का बेड़ा गर्क हो जाएगा.
Hemant Soren will be questioned by the Enforcement Directorate on Wednesday, and on Tuesday, the Jharkhand Chief Minister held a series of meetings with MLAs of the ruling alliance in the presence of his wife, leading to speculation that the ruling alliance and the JMM were putting in place a plan B for the political situation that will unfold just in case the Jharkhand Chief Minister is arrested by the central agency. With Haribansh Sharma and camera person Ashok Mahale, in Ranchi, Saurabh Gupta, NDTV.
The other big story today, the Aadmi Party and Congress have moved the Punjab and Haryana High Court, highlighting concerns over the integrity of the recently conducted mayoral elections in Chandigarh. The matter will be heard tomorrow. Now, this after the BJP won the elections with 16 votes today afternoon. This amid anger and outrage in opposition ranks. The Congress and AAP were in an alliance and had the numbers, but 8 votes were declared invalid, prompting accusations of forgery and manipulation. Our party boss Arvind Kejriwal accused the BJP of dishonesty and being like Trump.
The first electoral venture where the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress fought together as a bloc against the BJP did not end up with the opposition alliance's win. But there was a lot of drama. The BJP came out on top in the Chandigarh mayoral elections, with the party candidate Manoj Sonkar winning 16 of the possible 36 votes. AAP's Kuldeep Kumar came second with 12 votes. He broke down after the results were announced. But 8 votes which were declared invalid became the bone of contention. The Aam Aadmi Party accused presiding officer Anil Masih of deliberately invalidating those ballots, calling it an act of treason.
एक तरह से लोकतंत्र के लिए आज काला दिन है. बड़े चुनाव में लोग तो कह रहे हैं ईवीएम तो होगा ही होगा गड़बड़. मुझे लगता है ये कुछ भी करते होंगे. और मैं ये सोच रहा था कि अगर भगवान की दया से उसके बावजूद भी अगर ये नहीं जीते और हार गए तो ये ट्रंप की तरह कुर्सी नहीं छोड़ेंगे फिर ये.
The presiding officer had fallen ill, due to which the polls were postponed in the first place. But even today, he was appointed the presiding officer for the polls. The BJP has denied any foul play.
ये दोनों पार्टियों का अलायंस हुआ जो कि एक तरह से अनहोली सा अलायंस था.
तो जो वोट इनवैलिड हुए हैं उस पे आप कुछ कहेंगे कि वो सही प्रक्रिया थी नहीं थी, जिसको बार बार वो चैलेंज कर रहे हैं?
जितना आपने देखा है, जितना सारे देश ने देखा है चैनल के ऊपर, उतना ही मैंने देखा है.
The elections for the mayoral post for Chandigarh was the first contest for the India alliance, which has not gone their way. And with Nitish Kumar ditching the India bloc, the road ahead for the alliance for the Lok Sabha polls is going to be very challenging. But today's polls also cast a larger question on the entire electoral process, because the presiding officer has not yet reacted, issued any clarification as to why those 8 votes were declared invalid. In Chandigarh, Mohammad Ghazali for NDTV.
Now, Congress leader Rahul Gandhi broke his silence and took a swipe at the Bihar Chief Minister over his defection from the opposition camp and return to the BJP. The leader, who's being viewed as one of the major reasons responsible for pushing Nitish Kumar back to the BJP, said that a little pressure is exerted on Nitish and he makes a U-turn. He also joked that when that Nitish went back to the governor's house because he forgot his shawl, to which the governor expressed surprise back so soon.
आपके चीफ मिनिस्टर गवर्नर के यहां स्वेरिंग इन के लिए गए, बड़ा धूमधाम था. वहां पे बीजेपी के नेता बैठे थे, गवर्नर साहब बैठे थे, सब एमएलए बैठे थे. स्वेरिंग इन होती है, शपथ लेते हैं चीफ मिनिस्टर का, उनके मंत्री 2-3 मंत्री भी शपथ लेते हैं, खूब तालियां बजती हैं और फिर नीतीश जी निकल जाते हैं, वापस सीएम हाउस की ओर चल जाते हैं. गाड़ी में पता लगता है कि वो अपना शॉल गवर्नर के घर में छोड़ आए, तो ड्राइवर से कहते हैं भैया चलो वापस चलो, शॉल उठाना है। तो ड्राइवर गाड़ी घुमाता है, गवर्नर के घर आता है, नीतीश जी निकलते हैं, गवर्नर के पास जाते हैं, दरवाजा खोलते हैं, गवर्नर कहते हैं भाई इतनी जल्दी वापस आ गए।
Meanwhile, in Uttar Pradesh, another unilateral decision by Akhilesh Yadav ahead of the elections. The Samajwadi Party today released a list of 16 candidates for the Lok Sabha elections in UP. This amid seat-sharing talks with the Congress. SP Chief Akhilesh Yadav making it clear that his party will do what it thinks is best and no clearance from the Congress is needed. In fact, state leaders, when questioned about this move, ducked answering on the big announcement.
देखिए, आप बोल रहे हैं उसकी जानकारी तो मुझे नहीं है, लेकिन समाजवादी पार्टी ने जो लिस्ट जाहिर की है उसके बारे में जानकारी वही दे पाएंगे, उसके बारे में मुझे जानकारी नहीं।
आप लोगों से भी अभी जो बातों का सिलसिला है वो जारी है?
बातों का सिलसिला जारी है, उसके चलते हुए अगर उन्होंने कुछ किया हुआ है और एक तरफा अगर हो रहा है तो उसके बारे में जवाब वही दें तो बेहतर होगा।
Let's go across to Sunil Prabhu for more. And Sunil, so this is the second time that Samajwadi Party and Akhilesh Yadav have, made a unilateral announcement. First 11 seats for the Congress party. Now 16 candidates have been announced.
That's right. And in fact, in troubled, spots, as you are well aware, strongholds of what the Congress perceives were A category seats, Lucknow, Farrukhabad, which are definitely friction points, as you can see. But the Congress is not in a negotiating power. It is on the receiving end in terms of alliances, be it from the Samajwadi Party, be it from the DMK, be it from any alliance partner. After the recent episodes that we have seen, be it with Mamata Banerjee or with Nitish Kumar, it's become extremely difficult for the Congress party to have proper negotiations. So it is definitely not in a negotiating position. And will have to understand that if it has to be in the reckoning, they will have to have some kind of understanding with the Samajwadi Party on lesser seats. The big question is, will they continue to contest in certain seats which they don't disagree or not? But as the India Alliance at a national level had taken a decision, let's not allow, state issues to get over overall national interests. And we'll have to wait and watch and see how things play out in the next few days.
All right. Thanks so much, Sunil, for joining us with those details. Now, in Karnataka, it's BJP versus the Congress. This after the removal of a Hanuman flag in a village in Mandya, which then led to tension in the area and protests. The village Panchayat Development Officer was suspended. And now the BJP has questioned the government's action, accused them of appeasement, while the Congress hit back, saying the BJP is just trying to create trouble.
After 2 days of protests over the replacement of the religious flag with the tricolour, the government has suspended the Panchayat Development Officer of the area for reportedly allowing the saffron flag instead of the national flag on government land.
ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರ ಧ್ವಜ ಬೇಡವಂತೆ, ಕನ್ನಡ ಧ್ವಜ ಬೇಡವಂತೆ, ಇರ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ರವ್ರ ಮನೇಲಿ ಹಾಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಗರ್ಗರ್ ತಿರಂಗ ಅಂತ ಈಗ ಹಿಂದೆ ಹೊರಟಿದ್ರು, ಯಾವ ಗರ್ಗರ್ ತಿರಂಗ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಅವ್ರ ಕೈಲಿ ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಈಗ ಮಂಡ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾಪ ಅದೆಲ್ಲೂ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಈಗೇನು ಪಾಪ ಹೊರಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಬೇರೆ ವೇದಿಕೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಉತ್ತರ ಕೊಡ್ತೇನೆ, ಈ ವೇದಿಕೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಉತ್ತರ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಡ. ಆದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಶಾಂತಿಯ ಮಂತ್ರ, ಶಾಂತಿನ ಕದಲಬೇಕು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಬಿಜೆಪಿಯವರು ಜನತಾದಳರು ಇಬ್ರು ಸೇರಿ.
Police cases have also been booked against the protesters, including activists and BJP JDS members, based on a complaint filed by the Tehsildar.
There are thousands and thousands of poles been installed. Has the government taken any action against these people? Basically, they have not applied the mind. They have tried to be doing all this thing with hatredness. Against, they are not having any faith and belief in Rama. They wanted to hurt the sentiments. They wanted to politicize. They wanted to go for divisive politics, appeasement politics.
While peace has returned to Mandya, heated exchanges dominate the political discourse in Karnataka, with unfortunate politics over the national flag ahead of the Lok Sabha election. With camera person Govind, Pratibha Raman in Bengaluru for NDTV.
All right, some news coming in now from the northeast, from Manipur, where fresh unrest is being reported. Also that 2 people have been killed, 5 injured, and many are now fleeing. Let's go across to Ratnadeep for more. And Ratnadeep, this incident took place in Imphal West. What do we know now? 2 people killed and more violence and unrest.
That's right. In fact, what we are picking up from our sources within the security forces is that this afternoon there were exchange of fire in the border areas between Imphal West district and Kankopi district. Now, between the armed village volunteers of the 2 warring communities. That's what we have been given to understand. And in this, at least 2 people who sustained bullet injuries have succumbed to their injuries. Their bodies have been brought to the Regional Institute of Medical Sciences in state capital Imphal. What we are also picking up is that at least 5 people have sustained bullet injuries and they are injured. They have been rushed to the hospital. They are under treatment. We are also hearing from police sources that 1 person is missing. Therefore, police and security forces have cordoned off the area and they've launched a search operation. However, there have been right from this afternoon till evening, reports of heavy exchange of fire from areas like Kadambang, Kotruk, and Kangchup. Remember, these areas have seen violence before, and these are the border areas between Imphal West and Kankopi district, and this incident has taken place. There are dramatic visuals which have surfaced on social media of the attack as well.
All right. Thanks so much, Ratnadeep, for joining us. So very unfortunate news there. Coming in, fresh unrest in Manipur. 2 people have died. 5 have been injured in the firing. News now from Pakistan, where former Pakistan Prime Minister Imran Khan was sentenced to 10 years in prison less than 2 weeks before the country votes in the election. His party has been hamstrung from contesting. Khan's sentence was handed down inside Adiala jail, where he has been confined for much of the time since his August arrest, and buried under an avalanche of court cases he says have been orchestrated to prevent his return to office. A similar sentence was handed down to his former minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi. Let's go across to Vishnu now for more. And Vishnu, so a big blow to Imran Khan's PTI party.
It is a huge blow. The fact is that the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf has not even been given an election symbol to contest in the next elections. They do have their members contesting as independents, and they're sort of counting on the presence of these independents to do well. But forget that. Imran Khan in jail for 10 years. Ultimately, it's the Pakistani military that's come out on top in this battle between Imran, who was perhaps the strongest and most strident voice against the Pakistani military of any political leader in Pakistan in the last 7 decades. But Imran now in jail. It's in connection with the so-called Cypher case. He's been accused, along with his former foreign minister, Mr. Qureshi, of letting out national security's secrets, something which his party, which he has personally denied. But they are going to appeal this entire process. But I should add that while there are these cases against Imran Khan, so many, Nawaz Sharif very much back in Pakistan, and several of the cases which were against him seem to be disappearing in the courts.
All right. Thanks so much, Vishnu, for joining us with all those details and those developments taking place in Pakistan. And finally, a popular actor, Vijay, has begun the process of launching his own political party in Tamil Nadu. Now, sources say that around 200 members of the party's general council attended a meeting ahead of the registration. Seen as the next Rajnikant of Tamil cinema, Vijay, who has acted in 68 films, has been nurturing political ambitions for over a decade and will, in all likelihood, participate in the next state elections. All right, and finally, the budget session of Parliament begins from tomorrow, with the Finance Minister all set to present the interim budget on Thursday. After a record number of suspensions in the last session, the government seems to be going for a conciliatory approach for the opposition ahead of the first day. Take a look.
Even as the government prepares to table the interim budget on Thursday, its biggest political statement before the Lok Sabha polls of 2024. All eyes are on possible announcements on tax relief, push to digital India, more shops for women and farmers, and laying down a plan for Viksit Bharat by 2047. In a gesture that it wants a smooth session with the opposition on its side, a day before the commencement of the budget session of Parliament, the government convened an all-party meeting that was attended by the opposition. It also revoked the suspension of opposition MPs who were suspended during the winter session of Parliament for disrupting the House proceedings by demanding a debate on the December 13th Parliament breach. Remember, a record number of MPs were suspended in the last session.
सबका वापस हो जाएगा। यहाँ तक मैं स्पीकर से बात किया हूँ, चेयरमैन से बात किया हूँ, हमने निवेदन भी किया है सरकार के तरफ से, हमने निवेदन भी किया है सबको सस्पेंशन ऐसे तो रिमाइंडर पार्ट ऑफ द सेशन था, कुछ लोगों को प्रिविलेज कमेटी वगैरह में भेजा गया था, लेकिन वो भी हमने स्पीकर और चेयरमैन से सरकार से निवेदन किया है, दोनों ने स्वीकारा है।
During the all-party meeting, the centre assured the leaders of various political parties that they were ready to discuss every issue. The opposition, however, was not convinced. Congress MP Pramod Tiwari, who represented the leader of the opposition in Rajya Sabha, Mallikarjun Kharge, said that he raised the issue of the violent attack on Rahul Gandhi's Bharat Jodo Nyay Yatra in Assam.
All right, so the budget session begins from tomorrow. Remember to watch all those developments right here on NDTV. We'll be focusing on the Parliament session from the morning onwards. Thanks so much for watching. Goodbye.